Robin.
Remember him?
The show.
Remember Charlie Sheen?
Sit back and enjoy the show. Yeah, we all remember him.
He was the disaster before the disaster.
Right. See, he had his meltdown, and then, oh boy. Yeah.
You know what's weird about this Japanese disaster?
What?
You turn off the news, and you open up a window, you hear nothing but birds and crickets.
Beautiful.
And it calms you the fuck down. Because
it's nice.
If you watch the news a little too long, you're convinced the world is ending.
You don't want to go outside.
Hell
and then
no.
you step outside, you put your hands on your hips, right?
Yeah.
And you stand there, you look up at the trees, and you go... You breathe deep air that isn't full of radiation, and you go, where's all this happening?
You know what we were discussing at our house over the weekend is the fact that, shit has been happening around the world for forever, obviously, right? But now that we have the Twitter and the Facebook, by the way, I'm going to put the in front of everything today because it's driving someone out there nuts, and that just makes me want to do it more, by the way. You got the social networking, you got all the media outlets, so now you get instant news constantly. There was a time in not that far long ago, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, a couple hundred years, whatever. That if there was a huge earthquake affecting a lot of people, you never heard about it. You would go your whole life with not hearing about what was happening on the other side of on the earth.
You'd never know it.
And in some ways, I think that's better.
Yeah.
Because somehow we're all getting connected to Japan.
And everybody becomes panicky Pete's.
And we got our own shit we got to deal with.
Yes.
I was doing taxes last night.
Yeah, you got that FedEx?
Yeah, I did.
Big box, and you got to sign a bunch of things. Oh,
so what's better? The question is, what's better? Knowing instantly all the crazy shit that's going on in the world, or maybe shutting down some of this knowledge and some of this info, and just living your life not even knowing what's going on elsewhere?
Interesting. Ignorance being bliss.
What's better in the end?
Because it's just people to fuck with you when nobody can know about it. I think it's harder for people to fuck with people now than it was at one point.
But it stresses the shit out of a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people are stressed out because of what's happening in Japan, even though we have no connection there. I mean, certainly some of the people listening to us have a real connection to Japan, but a lot of us that are being really affected by this, we don't have any connection. We get all stressed out when we see the latest tsunami video of destroying a town or something.
Crazy. It's crazy to watch that shit.
Oh, here's the latest one right here. Wow.
Oh, I know. I've seen this one is sick. They show a giant tidal wave rushing in.
Yeah.
And have you seen the one from the ocean? It was like from a helicopter?
No.
They showed a big wave, and you're like, all right, that looks pretty big. But you don't realize the scope of it until it goes to shore, and you see this little tiny marina.
Oh, brother.
And it just wipes it out. It finally gave its scale.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy fuck, that's giant.
That is really scary.
Well, yeah, the latest on Japan, wow, just thousands missing, dead. And the reactors are kind of the big story right now because that situation's out of control. The thing, and I started thinking this last night, that there are 4 reactors in one area.
Thank God.
In one reactor.
Thank God at least they're in the one area.
Yeah. And they're all fucked. They're saying now that there have definitely been at least partial meltdowns. Some of these fuel rods have been exposed for more than 2.5 to 3 hours.
Wow.
Now the cooling tanks that these things are sitting in are boiling. The water is boiling in it and just evaporating away in radioactive steam. And there's no off switch for these things, which led me to think, if there is some type of, not a full-on Armageddon type thing, but one where a power goes out, people are panicking, shit's going down, these world reactors are going to kill us all because there'll be no way to cool them. And you can't just shut them off. There's no way to just turn a reactor off.
Right.
It has, once you get it started and running, that fucker has to be kept cool until they remove the spent fuel rods, separate them, store them in an underground location that's deemed safe. That's what they do with the rods from reactors that we use now, in the middle of the Mojave Desert somewhere.
Right.
But you can't, unless you have people that do that and can do that, and the tools work and the power is on. That shit just ain't going to happen.
Jesus.
So if we even have a partial anarchy type Armageddon apocalyptic thing go on, the reactors are going to be what fucks us.
I heard some creepy scientists on the TV saying...
you did.
Not that. They got a lot of them now, you're noticing.
Oh, they're coming out of the woodwork.
And they said that if people walk away from a nuclear power plant, it would shut itself down. Did you hear that guy?
It could shut itself down, but the thing is...
What's the difference between that and what you're saying, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
They can shut down.
Right.
But they can't self-sustain the cooling that's needed without electricity, without the pumps. Batteries will give out for any length of time. Yeah, even these reactors, they shut down. The reactors in Japan. The second that earthquake hit, the reactors shut down.
Okay, all right.
But you can't stop the nuclear reaction that's happening inside unless you separate the core rods. Once they get together, they act like a little team. They're all like, yeah, ho, ho.
Right.
But it's the same thing like an atomic bomb, how that works.
Right.
You got two masses of radioactive material. They're fine by themselves. The second you smash them together, you get what's called critical mass, and you get an atomic explosion. With a nuclear reactor, when the rods are all together, you get that critical mass that causes a lot of heat. Until they're all separated... And they're still radioactive at that point, by the way, but they're just not critical mass and won't start melting down and stored away. That's the only way they're not critical mass. They have to be separated. So who's going to separate them if people walked away from reactors and it shuts down? The water's going to go away eventually. The pumps are going to stop working, and these fucking things are going to be uncovered, and then they're going to fucking melt.
Well, luckily we don't have a lot of them around.
No, there's not one.
Did you see?
Oh, that's right. The oldest one in the country is 75 miles from New York City.
Right. Did you? Yeah, I heard.
And made by the same people that made the
great
Japanese.
Is that the Indian Point one they're talking about?
That's our local angle.
That's the local angle. I saw the map of all the power plants in the United States. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. There were a lot of dots on the East Coast, man. A lot of dots.
A lot of dots.
Oh, a lot of dots.
And do you know, like, this is what a self-centered fool I am. As you're talking about the meltdown and they're showing Japan's tsunami footage, a part of my mind is still distracted because I lost another pair of sunglasses. It is amazing how things are intangible when they're not right in front of you.
Of course.
They're intangible.
You got your go bags? Everyone got a go bag?
I don't have a go bag.
What's a go bag?
What's a go bag? I already told you, man. You're not even going to survive.
I keep this bag, which has just minimal stuff in it.
Right.
But at home, I got a go bag.
Yeah.
And that's up in my gun safe.
But where are you going? You live on Long Island.
Exactly. You don't know.
What is it, a raft?
You could walk out with your go bag all prepared and just drop dead. I understand that.
Where are you going?
But if you got to go to where no one is.
Where's
you gotta go into.
You do realize where you live, right?
If you wanna get out, you gotta get away from the danger.
How?
By getting away.
Are you gonna get a boat?
And using your resources.
A boat?
Could be a boat. Boat might be the best thing. But you gotta think on your feet. When things happen, you gotta know what's happening and where to go. So you get your go bag.
I'm on the high ground. I'm good.
Oh, and on the top floor of a skyscraper.
I'll just fight the
in Manhattan.
I'll fight the zombies and the Puerto Ricans as they're coming up those stairs.
Yes,
I'll be good for a while. Who wants to climb as high as I am? I'm good.
You think they'll just be like, ah. And yes, there are some arms and ammunition in the go bag. There has to be.
All right.
There's those little things that you need to start fires with, some shelter, things like. Food and water packs and filters for water for a few days. And you just keep that in your house. And it's in like a backpack thing. And you keep that. And like I said, you could be laying dead on top of the thing minute one into what happens.
At least you had a go bag.
But that's then for the next guy that comes in and go, hey, cool, a go bag.
You know,
he takes it.
I have little water packs in my truck, like little, because I think I got them as a gift. Like one of the Tonight Show gift bags they give you had a little survival kit.
There you
but
go.
Where are we going to go? Who wants to live if there's a nuclear I don't care.
Me! I want to. It's going to be the greatest show on earth. Better than any movie.
I enjoy mountains and farms.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd find one of those.
How about the fucking...
I would take out the family that's living there and take over their spot.
How about you go to Area 51? Area 51. You go to the dead. It all depends on where the shit's happening, what it is that's happening, and what the opportunities and resources you have to go somewhere.
All right, listen.
Do you have a car, or are you going to have to grab something else, or walk, or do whatever? You know, there's a lot of situations where you got to think on your feet.
You're bumming everyone out.
Am I?
With what you just said. So
Come on.
We're going to get an expert from Pittsburgh, Mike.
All right.
Who builds nuclear power plants.
Oh, that's good.
Mikey.
Hey, morning, boys. How you doing?
Morning.
Hi, sir. That was a great movie.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just calling to give a few more details on what you're talking about.
All right, sir.
Once you shut those things down, it's not entirely true that the reaction continues. You get a lot of heat that's still put off by them. It works out to be about maybe 6% of the total capacity. So, like for a 1,000 megawatt generator, you get maybe 6%. So it's like 60 megawatts of heat that continues for a while. It's called decay heat.
Yeah.
But with the older plants, that heat has to be circulated with the pumps to remove the heat from the core. Otherwise, you have problems. But with some of the newer designs, they're designed with natural circulation, so that you don't need any pumps. So you could shut it down.
Now, natural circulation. Where does that come from?
I don't know. I'm an electrical engineer. But.
I was waiting to ask what you did at these nuclear power plants. But I'm wondering where natural circulation comes from. I guess it's a lot of these things are built by water supplies, rivers, and whatnot. So I guess that pressure would be used to continuously put water through it. But as we saw, systems fail in Japan.
I think what happened there was they lost their backup power. They have on-site diesel generators, and when the tsunami came in, it took out that.
Right.
Even though they shut down in advance of the earthquake and the tsunami coming in, they couldn't provide that power to circulate for the pumps to circulate the cooling water.
Yes, and they were trying with the ocean water, with salt water, to just flood that containment area, and that wasn't working. And they said, for 2.5 hours, the rods were fully exposed. Wow, that's fucked.
Not good.
There's no bringing that back. Like you can't then just use normal procedures to get power back and have these reactors run and go into safety mode. What a shunt.
So what happens now?
Once they figure out how to cool them down, I mean, the plant I think is basically fucked.
It's done.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to have
is
to. Oof. How hot do those things get?
Hot. I'm not
sure. Electrical engineer, not quite sure.
Yeah.
It gets hot enough to melt and crumble things like cement, concrete, steel reinforcement, things like that. It does get hot enough to just go right through that shit, which is fucking amazing. I don't know. They're going to have to. What they're going to have to do is what they did in Chernobyl, just to encase this shit in tons and tons of cement.
Is that what they did?
After a while, yeah.
Wait, it was melting down and they just put cement around it?
It took a while for them to even get to the point where they could do that. But after a while, they went in and just encased the entire thing in cement. And that's where it sits right now, underneath tons and tons of concrete.
And what's going on in the middle of that cement?
A fucking huge amount of heat.
Still.
For how long? Still in Chernobyl. Oh, fuck. How long? How long are we going to be here?
Way past our lives?
There's quite a half-life to that shit.
God, what the fuck are we doing as humans in the end? It's
maybe
so
10,000 years and
stupid.
shit. We're making things that you can't just shut off.
Right.
What's fucked up.
We're too trusting.
We're assuming we'll be here to take care of this shit, and that the energy will be here to take care of it, and the system will be here to take care of it. When, in essence, things happen, and you cannot get to the off switch.
And then you got to find volunteers willing to go in there.
Willing to go in and
try to cool the shit down.
Pretty much risk their lives, yeah. High levels of radiation around the nuclear power plants. It's spiking, and they're saying it's now dangerous for you to even be in that area. Mm-hmm. And they've noticed levels not very high, but rising in Tokyo.
Jesus.
So that's a biggie. The Nikkei, the market over there in Japan, huge sell-off. And here, the markets, we're looking at a 300-point negative on the Dow futures.
It's going to be an ugly
day. So the market's going to take
it's going to be an ugly day.
Giant shite.
Yeah, it's only the world's, third largest economy?
Yeah.
Now has radiation in the air.
Yeah.
And it's as bad as it gets over there, but they're just slowly letting the news out.
Get your go bag.
They're slowly letting the news out. You know, they're trying to control the information, but obviously this was bad from, 3-4 days ago. But now they're finally all right. It's bad. Fuck.
I don't think they wanted to really let it out and be like,
because there was enough panic.
Yeah. Now, and when you think about it, without any of this radiation, without any of the nuclear power plant, this is a giant disaster. Yeah. Like, it's still, there's thousands of people missing and dead, and
they're starting bonfires on the streets.
Gone. Yeah.
Because it's still winter over there, and there's so many people homeless, and they're just starting bonfires to stay warm.
And then in that, now this these reactors are the big story. It kind of, the other thing took second fiddle there, backseat to the reactors. But there's still like there's people dead from huge earthquake.
Mm-hmm. And now they're saying it's a 9.0, right?
Yeah.
They moved it up to a 9.0 officially.
That's a giant
That is just ridiculous.
And if it wasn't Japan, who was at least technologically, I bet them rebuilding in the 40s and knowing it probably helped a little bit because they didn't lose as many structures as they probably would have.
Of course. They said there would have been hundreds of thousands of people that died if they didn't have building codes.
Yep.
Yeah, they built that shit properly. But you can't build to prevent a tsunami.
What was worse, the flood or the earthquake? I think the flood was worse.
No, they said the flood was way worse. Yeah, the tsunami was way worse than the actual earthquake.
The flood fucked up a lot of the power. That they needed, the backup power. I was watching some video clips. Some website had them on. I can't remember the name of it, but it was comparing Haiti's earthquake and the reaction after Haiti, and a few days later with Japan and the reaction a few days later. And wow, just a big difference. I don't know what it is. I think they were showing that on the news also, that there's a very cultural difference with the Japanese people and how they react to emergencies and pull together and stuff. Because one video, I won't say which one is which, but one video had people standing online, calmly waiting for supplies and news. And the other video had half-naked people running around with machetes looting everything in their sight.
By the way, did they show videos of the before where the same people who stood online were polite and the people who had the machetes were also misbehaving? It's not like they just changed after the earthquake.
I know.
A culture that is a little bad before, or a problem before, is not going to handle.
It was pretty bad, to tell you the truth. And the structural damage in Haiti was just amazing.
Asians are
amazingly
weird.
They're a bunch of weirdos. Let's be honest with each other.
They know how to They
know how to handle like major shit.
They put the greater good first.
They do. They're more of they're like the Borg in Star Trek, a collective. They're more of a collective. The Japan itself is more important than the individual. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one, and we do need Spock to go in there and open up that little thing and stick his face in there, and then live long and prosper, and then
No, that's not how he says it. How does he say it?
Live long, prosper. He needs Spock's dentures.
You're a fucking asshole. You wrecked that movie for all of us.
You really did.
He's talking over his fucking choppers.
I love that
Vulcan choppers.
I love that movie until he appeared.
It's fantastic.
And then all I saw was you doing his fucking impression.
But I knew there was something wrong.
Captain James Sheeker. I have been and always shall be your friend. You need some space effort.
I didn't know what it was that bothered me about him talking, but you really did ruin it.
Yes.
You did, you jerk.
He ruined it. Jesus. Stupid Spock and his big dentures.
Can figure out how to make his teeth nice.
Oh, I know. They're clackety-clacking in his mouth.
All right, continue with Japan. We move on to this angle. Brandon in Austin, Texas. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, it's Brandon from Boston.
Hello.
Wow, someone got that
Gilbert
very
Godfried.
wrong.
Yeah, Gilbert Godfried being fired for his Twitter comments.
What I want to know is, where has the Aflac people, because Aflac, he does the Aflac duck voice, and they fired him for some comments he tweeted about Japan. Have they ever watched any of the roasts he's been on?
It's amazing to me.
Like, he has said shit 8 million times worse than what he tweeted.
He's really funny. It's like, fuck Aflac, just feigning sensitivity. It's like, don't you fucking... Aren't you betting on people's lives when you insure them? You fucking scumbags.
I was thinking the same thing. These are the same people that'll probably tell people they don't qualify to get any fucking money in Japan, because they do insure people in Japan. They'll be sending out the letters going, nope, sorry. This doesn't fit the criteria. Right. Fuck you. And then the president's going, the president of Aflac is saying things like, oh, this is terrible, and this isn't a time for any jokes. But it's time to send out letters that say, sorry.
Yeah.
This doesn't fall into what you were paying premiums on.
They're going to do way worse. Pre-existing condition.
Yeah, Caxaga. We knew the flood area you lived in and the quake area.
There was a risk of a tsunami, so sorry, you're fucked.
So you're fucked, but thank God we got Gilbert Godfried out of there.
So annoying.
Yeah,
it really is.
I don't understand why you have to shut down comedy when shit happens. I don't understand that, because my thought on the whole thing, that maybe comedy kind of helps out just a little bit. Relieves the stress and the tension.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think you should be hateful, but I mean, why do you have to shut down comedy?
Gilbert's also just kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
And he does that a lot. Like, I think the first 9/11 joke I ever heard came out of Gilbert.
Oh, yeah.
But the first brutal one.
The first real, ooh, wow.
Yeah, he was the first, absolutely. And then everyone followed after that.
It's what he does.
We could do some.
And I think it was on the
shit.
12th.
Dude, it was the 10th. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude, man. He writes really funny stuff, and every disaster that he just got, he made fun of Geraldo when he died.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the type of comic he is, and then all of a sudden people have been enjoying him for 20 years, and now you're shocked?
And now it's
Get the
shocking.
fuck out of here.
You want the story here officially?
Yeah.
So they've severed ties with Gilbert over his Twitter comments. Gilbert's recent comments about the crisis in Japan were lacking in humor. They weren't lacking in humor.
They're hilarious.
A lot of people found them very funny, so that's stupid.
You could say it's tasteless. You could say it's
tasteless and all that, but
tea,
but certainly wasn't lacking in humor. When we read these tweets, there's going to be a bunch of people out there laughing over them, and certainly do not represent the thoughts and feelings of anyone at Aflac.
Do they have to? By the way, it's all their self-interest. Do you really? People really think, hey, the guy who does the talking duck voice is expressing the opinions of the president of Aflac? What twats!
The talking duck is the spokesperson.
There's no place for anything but compassion and concern during these difficult times.
Yeah, compassion and concern when you're sending out the letters denying people their money.
Yeah, we should follow this story, because that will come out. That a bunch of people we'll find out they're not insured after all. A nationwide casting call is underway. Good luck to you, Jimmy. Aflac.
Aflac.
That's a good one.
Aflac.
Oh, you should do that.
Yes, I certainly should. Aflac. I'm quacking. Would you care for some insurance? I've got some in my beak. Aflac.
Ducks have bills.
Yes, they do.
Chickens
in
have
our pockets. Ken, thank you for saying to me. I'm glad you told me that, Anthony. I'll rewrite the script I've been working on. Gosh darn it. All of my egg-laying jokes are now for naught.
Ted, what kind of insurance do you have?
I have all sorts of insurance. Everything except earthquake and flood for my friends in Japan.
Wow, that seems to be what they need, though.
Yes, it is. But how much money do you think I have to throw around?
Well, actually, that's good, because even though you don't cover that, at least you cover the radiation from the...
That will fall under flood. I do not.
Well, Ted,
I'm selling insurance for anybody over 8 feet tall whose basketball career was ruined in Japan. $3,000 a week for my insurance. Aflac. I'm a duck. Excuse me. I'm quacking.
wow, that's some weird insurance.
Yes, it certainly is, Gregory.
Who the hell's going to buy that?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Yes, they will.
I don't see them paying out too much money, to tell you the truth.
No, that's
It's been tough going so far.
How many clients?
I have none.
None. Not
I spent
one.
$3.2 million on ads. Aflac.
Holy shit. Well, good luck to you, Ted, and getting that voice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, look forward to
Aflac.
I should audition as Ted.
hearing you. You probably get the gig.
I'm Aflac. Hello.
Aflac, which does 75% of its business in Japan.
Oh.
Well, that could be a problem.
Oh.
75% of their business.
You almost understand. I didn't realize that. I thought they had just a tiny little piece of the market over there.
75% is in Japan?
Yeah, most of their business is in Japan, so it looks like they had no choice, but still.
But who in Japan was noticing Gilbert's tweets?
I'm sure nobody.
Nobody.
Also plans to donate $100 million to disaster relief.
Ray Pureface is saying, then why isn't it called Aflac?
Oops. Don't laugh.
Come on.
Don't laugh. Big tragedy.
That's terrible.
Not a time for humor.
But any of us can get fired for that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that's eventually what's going to sink me somewhere. Is like just some dumb, tasteless tweet or joke that just hits the wrong vein.
Yeah.
Gottfried has yet to apologize for the jokes. He's not going to apologize, which included, I just split up with my girlfriend, but like the Japanese say, There'll be another one floating by any minute now.
Yeah, that probably could cause a problem.
It's funny though. It's tasteless, but it's a fucking good joke.
Yeah, it's tasteless. It's all, but that's what he does. Why are you getting upset at the fucking tiger that's ripping apart a fucking gazelle? Mm-hmm. That's what they do.
Another tweet: Japan is really advanced. They don't go to the beach. The beach comes to them.
See, all right, that's kind of a clever twist on things. You know. I'm sure he's not sitting there thinking, how can I hurt people? How could I hurt people with my words?
And another read, Japan called me. They said, maybe those jokes are a hit in the U.S., but over here, they're all sinking. Oh, my God. Jesus.
Wow.
So Gilbert is the talk of the country today. Lost his gig.
Lost his Aflac gig.
Aflac duck.
But that's good news for Ted. I hope Ted gets it.
I certainly hope so too, Gregory. Things have been dry.
Dry.
The well has run dry for my voiceover career. I'm quacking, excuse me.
I don't understand
Practice
why.
the quack part.
That's terrible. Horrible. You got to work on that.
How are you fucking up the duck quack?
I'm doing it for a fine job, Gregory. I've been practicing. My throat is parched.
Well, you got to get ready for the audition.
Yes, I do. Quack.
Nationwide auditions. There's going to be a lot of people. You know something? I back Gilbert on this. Like I said, comedians, they should be able to say what they want. This isn't a hate thing or anything. But I got to say, there's part of me that is like, I'm kind of glad he's not doing that voice anymore, because if you're ever watching TV late at night, and the volume is low for what you're watching, and you know every commercial's fucking louder, when that fucking commercial comes on and he's going, Aflac! It wakes you up and like literally gets me angry.
But you sleep with the TV on. Turn off the TV, man.
No,
Be alone with your
I
own
can't.
brain for
no,
once.
The second I lay down with my own mind as the volume in my life, I can't do it.
What are the thoughts in your head that you have to push down with the TV on all night?
It's just
I don't
everything.
think we've ever talked about this.
It's a whirlwind.
For the people that don't know, Anthony has to have the TV on when he goes to bed.
Yeah, I sleep with the TV on because
At a pretty good volume too, right?
No.
Just very low?
Just barely audible. That's why when it comes on, it's like, oh, geez, shut up.
Doesn't the light from the TV fuck you up when you're trying to sleep?
I kind of like the flicker. I like that
when
little flicker thing on
bright
the inside of the eyelids.
Yeah.
And I turn away from the TV, and I could hear, and then I fall asleep. But no, there's no one thing that haunts me or anything. But it's just my mind is constantly going.
Right.
Like I'm thinking about everything from dumb science to if I want to make a video or what the next day, what I got to do. Like, oh, I got to get up. Just like life.
Yeah.
Just life is in my head.
Just
and
zooming
I'd rather
around.
just hear. How many
times do you hear that in the middle of the night?
Oh, please.
Really?
Sometimes I throw on DVD.
And just let it play
Like
through?
a Seinfeld DVD, play all episodes.
Right.
And then I wake up and the menu's going.
You think all that shit is soaking into you, too?
Yeah. That's me. Look.
Subconsciously, is this soaking into your brain?
Not a bit! No, not at all. What are you talking about? This is what I hear all night long. I can't get it out. Look, I'm getting drowsy. Yeah. I put on my puffy shirt and I run out to my car. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's wonderful.
Hey, before we move on from this, I want to ask Jimmy, humor and tragedy. Like, what's acceptable? Because some people do use humor to deal with tragedy.
This is what
I mean, even in my own family, you know, when you have a horrible event that happens and maybe you're at a wake or something, there's humor going on, and there's a dead body in the front of the room. So where does it go too far for people?
It's the same thing as anything else. It's like people's self-righteousness comes into play.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when it violates what they hold, what they find inappropriate, they want something done. They don't.
Up until that point, they're the ones laughing.
Absolutely, because anything you make fun of, or I'd say 90% of the things that negatively affect somebody.
Yep.
Innocent jokes. I got pulled over by a cop. Maybe you shouldn't do that because a lot of people are killed drunk driving. It's
Sure.
like you can't respect any of that shit.
Sure, we've said it our entire careers. You know, every time we make a joke, someone out there is getting offended
by something,
and you know, you just can't worry about that shit.
Yeah, I personally. It makes
what
me
about
crazy.
this? What about this Japanese thing? Is it okay to make jokes?
Of course it is.
I think
of course
so
it
too.
is. Can you expect Leno or Letterman or of course those guys can't do it at this point, and of course not. Because when you're in that job, you understand that the advertisers are there, and
they're in a tough spot.
They're not dumb.
They're in a tough spot. That's like a 9/11 thing. When is it going to be okay for mainstream?
Never.
It's going to be never.
Nah, Leno and those guys, and all those. I'm talking about guys that are on network television.
Yeah,
they can't make fun of 9/11. They can't make fun of any of this stuff. They have to totally stay away from it.
They can reference it peripherally, I think, even in a joke. They got to be real
this
careful.
is off limits for those guys.
Yeah, because there's just too much money to be lost, and it's a decision they make.
See, I'm not a fan when something really sad happens in your life that you make sure you get down to the lowest level of sadness. I try to raise that sadness as best I can. I don't understand these people that have to make sure, no, man, we're not sad enough. Let's
keep sad.
Let's put the montage on of all the sad music as we're at the wake for this person.
Yeah.
All that shit. It's like, no, man, come on. Let's lift this up a little bit. This is fucking horrible as is.
And gallows humor is fucking the best. There's nothing that makes you laugh harder. And again, Gilbert is not in the situation like the cops at Gacy's house were.
Mm-hmm.
When they were pulling bodies out of John Wayne Gacy's house, they were laughing.
Yeah.
They were joking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's that part of you that takes this fucking horrible shit.
Well, he was a clown. That's
of course
funny.
he was.
They probably saw some paintings on the wall. Ah, look at that. He's got a big red nose.
But they were saying stuff like they would pull out a severed head or something.
Mm-hmm.
Say like, somebody, he ain't got no body to go to the prom with. Like jokes like that.
Wow.
Is
that a real joke?
Yeah, I read that.
Joke.
I read that. But you're pulling out some 19-year-old's head,
That's tragic.
And I'm not saying Gilbert was in that situation, but he's got that humor. And that's, to me, the stuff I've always thought was funniest.
Yeah.
Was the horrible... But it's like, as long as I keep it on myself, too, I use it against myself. It's not like I victimize everybody else and want myself off limits.
Right. Can you balance humor and being respectful?
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as this situation goes?
Like if I saw a Japanese person, would I purposely do something that was hey, Japan had an earthquake? No, because I know I'm being an asshole. It's only your motive.
Yeah, that's
right.
hurting somebody.
But why? Again, I've said it a million times. Not one actor will ever have to justify why he plays a villain or why he plays somebody in a movie about a tsunami. How about every fucking Hollywood film about a tsunami? How about those actors and directors and producers be penalized because they've made millions off an insensitive subject?
Right.
Never gonna happen. But no, don't make fun of it because you're a pig. It fucking drives me nuts.
Yeah. Very good.
So let's see the next time an actor gets in trouble or for capitalizing, or the news showing more footage. Hey, I understand we like to look at it, but how is it really helping? You're making advertising dollars showing that water rushing through with bodies in it.
Yeah, they're like, this is tragic. They come back from it and they're like, just dramatic images we're seeing there. Very tragic.
But they're masturbating behind the scenes.
They're
like,
loving it.
holy shit, we got more video to show everybody.
They're loving it.
But on the other end of it, I'm loving this shit.
Yeah, we all are.
I love these big events.
When you take the human loss out of it, it's an amazing action movie thing because you're seeing what we pay for in movies.
Yeah.
Destruction, fucking pandemonium,
Yeah.
all kinds of shit. But, obviously real people died in this, and I think we all understand that. But as humans, and we have our curiosity, our voyeuristic side, we want to see this.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think the reporters are thinking when they're reporting on this?
They love the fact that something's going on. They don't have to go into. It's like when we come in to do this show and something happened where we're like, God damn, this is at least an hour of gold today.
Right, and it makes it all
the
more
day
exciting
easier and fun and like that.
Yep.
These for the news, it's like, wow. We don't even have to work today.
Yep.
We got our experts lined up.
Yep.
We got a whole fucking day where we're just going to talk about this. We got our nuclear guy. We got our physicist. And I think that's exactly how they're looking at it. They're working. They're not genuinely sitting there. Do you think that newswoman that's going, just tragic, dramatic images, do you think she's home all day for the rest of the hour? She's home just sitting around the house going, oh, my God.
No.
Oh, it's got tragedy.
No.
Oh, it's tragic.
I was saying over the weekend.
Canasta.
I was saying over the weekend. I don't want my news from a woman that got up 2 hours earlier to fucking roll out her hair and put her makeup
And
on
she's
and
laughing
stuff.
with the hair girl in the seat.
Of course, I want a guy that has bedhead. and has a holy shit look on his face.
Just got up?
Yes, I really do. Look,
like network. You want to look like
Yes.
Peter Finch.
Peter Finch just shit's happening.
because I've noticed every single news outlet, their main anchor is a really good-looking woman. They have moved completely to good-looking women.
Chicks.
Every single one. There was a time it was kind of half and half, but now it's like the main spot is for the good-looking woman that is all dolled up.
Why not one fat woman? Why is there not one fat woman as a major news anchor? Forgive the pun, but I mean, why not? Why not one obese person?
I want a fatty pig fatty.
Why not?
Because they have to be attractive. And is that policy?
Well, yeah.
Is that policy that's in their little handbook?
And by the way, do they accept advertising dollars? Of course they do. So they're showing these Japanese videos. They're accepting money and they're rating. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then, so irritating.
And wow, that's a big explosion.
Yeah, see, when they're showing video of an explosion like that, I want to go back to the guy that just woke up.
Yeah. Run!
He hasn't had time to shave.
No.
You know he has bad breath, and he's giving you the news.
Run for your lives.
I want that guy again.
Not one fat anchor.
These women are great to look at, but it's fucking weird.
Not one fat anchor.
Not one obese female is an anchor. And I don't get it. And they're the first ones to throw people under the bus for saying inappropriate things or being insensitive or they'll all be all over Gilbert. It's terrible that he said, it's terrible. And they're hiring, and boy, the fat pigs, end of the line.
Another question, is it I feel guilty that I don't respect the good-looking women on TV. Doing the news.
The reason I think...
Is that bad?
No, because you don't respect the good-looking women because that's all there are. And you know why they have their jobs. If there was a healthy mix, then you'd figure, hey, look, the best got the gig.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like there's a healthy mix. They're sending a hot blonde over to fucking Egypt.
Right.
That's what the news is doing. Even the guys are good-looking. Anderson Cooper's a handsome dude. Geraldo, they're all fucking good-looking guys, except the really old ones.
Right.
Yeah.
They're all fucking chiseled
Roker.
chin. I guess we have to have a pretty face to hear that there's fucking 10,000 people killed the tsunami.
And the older ones, they just keep pushing out,
Yeah.
Fox Business News or something.
Oh, yeah, they ship them off to the old business news.
Yeah, they get rid of the old guys.
The peripheral stations.
That actually know journalism.
Yeah. Don't just read it off the teleprompter.
That didn't get just some silly communication degree somewhere and said, all right, you get to read the news for our big network.
Yeah.
And these lazy assholes will leave their little, what is it, a chyron, their little things at the bottom of the screen while they're showing tsunami footage. And I was talking to the comedian, this guy Dave Anthony I worked with in San Francisco. We were watching in the dressing room. They're showing tsunami footage, and I'm like, how fucking annoying is it that half the footage is lost? And he's like, it drives me nuts. These lazy motherfuckers. It's more important to see ABC or CBS or Fox than it is to see the footage of bodies being washed.
Right. And wouldn't it be easy just to fade that shit in and out?
Yep.
Depending. Like right now when you're doing a dumb weather thing, who cares? Put it whatever you want on. But when you have amazing tsunami footage, get all that shit off the screen.
By the way, they don't have it
with the weather, it's not there.
When the weather, they just put the ticker on the bottom with the lotto numbers.
There's a lot of stuff going on there right now.
No, but watch, when they come back, because they want you to see the weather, they will put an entire fucking graphic of the bottom third. They will pop up there, and you won't be able to see shit. It is infuriating, and there should be somebody whose job it is to fucking fade that out when they're showing footage.
Yeah, or how about they're just lazy mass production assholes.
Yes. We might have to give Fox 29 and Philly some credit today. Let me go to Bill. What's up, Bill?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Can we look up Fox 29 and Philly, Danny?
Fox 29.
Go ahead, Bill.
Sue Stereo, the weather girl, but she fills in as the anchor sometimes. She's enormous.
Really? They got a fat broad.
Oh, good. Okay.
Well, I didn't think this was possible.
It's extraordinarily rare. I'm sure maybe it does exist, but it's a rare thing. But I guess that's kind of good to hear.
And what's her name?
Her name is Sue Stereo.
Fatty pig fatty.
Sue Serio. How do you spell Serio?
I don't have a clue.
Sue Serio. Dun, dun.
We got to see what she looks like.
And as an added bonus, she likes the black cocks.
No, well, we don't know that. How do you know that?
Who doesn't?
Come on.
Because by process of elimination, we all like the black cock. She should be one of us.
Yeah, we don't see her on the list of people that work at that.
There we go. Let's see.
Hold on.
Have Annie look a little bit. She's there.
There we go.
All right. Well, come on. We're talking fat.
She's not obese, dude. She's just heavy.
She's big boned a little
She's
bit.
a BBW.
If that.
All right, it's a start. I'm sure some of the listeners will beat me. But
That is not what we're talking about.
All right.
We're talking about that pudgy face, double chin, fucking pig nose look.
All right, our goal is to find the fattest person working in news.
Fattest person working in
female.
As an anchor.
News, yeah.
Or
As an
male even.
anchor.
You get a few Ira Joe Fisher. There's a few fucking blimps, but
Yeah.
I'm mostly female because females have to be really,
Not wacky weather
really
gut
good
men.
looking and put together. Yeah, we want the chubbiest or ugliest anchor woman in America today.
Real heinous.
We'll do that today. A little side bit. All right.
Real heinous.
Real heinous is what we're looking for. Okay. Want to take our first break? Because the next thing I want to bring up is going to take some time. Did you see?
Sure.
You see the God girl that's going around?
I did not.
Oh, my God, is
Oh,
she
my God.
fucking just a lunatic. Just
Yeah.
a fucking... This religion thing is just insane.
It really and
It's
more
crazy.
And I really did lose another pair of sunglasses, and it's fucking.
Oh,
I'm obsessed
Jimmy.
with how dumb I am.
That's a shame.
How do you
How'd you
lose your
lose it?
sunglasses?
I don't know. I went to the Apple store. I don't know.
Did you take them off and put them down somewhere?
Well, obviously they didn't jump off my face. What do you think? They made a break for it? Of course I did.
Made a break.
Yeah, they did. They fucking saw a truck and they hid under it like a convict and went to the Ray-Ban store.
Kenny?
Not your brand new sunglasses you just bought in San Francisco.
Oh, no.
By the way, as he's talking, I'm just wishing that his teeth would fall out like chiclets. Yes, those ones.
Oh, no.
I'm sad.
You just bought them then?
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I have?
Were they good ones?
They still had new sunglasses smell.
Hey, we owe Bill and Philly an apology because we just found
Bill.
we just found another picture of Sue Serio, and she certainly is shaped like
She's
a pear.
bottom heavy, so they
Yeah.
only showed a top part of her.
She is shaped like a pear. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
a
that's a fat
that's a
ass.
perfect example of a iceberg.
Yeah.
Above the anchor desk, she looks good, kind of like an iceberg does.
That is
what's
what's
floating
certain-
above the water.
Certain people in certain communities do enjoy that look. She's got blonde hair, big ass.
Big old way.
Yeah, so you could see.
Let's say hi to another guy in Philly. Looks like Philly likes the fat broads for
Hey, Philly.
for their news. Who's this?
What's up, boys?
Hey,
Hey, real quick, in college,
Time's
out of
up.
college,
Or
I worked
that
for
time. No problem.
I worked for a news station in Philly, a big one, and it is true because whenever there was bad weather coming in, a certain meteorologist that wears a bow tie and is very Jewy would run up and down the newsroom screaming because he knew it equaled ratings and he would be on the air a lot longer. And one more thing was we had a older anchor, and she was demoted because every time before air she would put her lipstick on and it would end up on her teeth.
And they finally fired her for that?
I think they demoted her to like the hour where no one watches it, but I definitely remember that, and it was quite awkward trying to talk to her when she had lipstick all over her teeth.
And I still don't know where they are or how it happened.
Your sunglasses.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that I temporarily have two iPads, and right now I'm doing the 3G test for both.
I saw you tweeted.
Yeah,
about
I'm
the
just
test.
doing that. And at my house, Verizon wins, hands down.
Hands down.
Right here, AT&T is better.
Wow.
AT&T is better right here. It's faster.
See, I do believe it will always be like that with these services.
Well, we'll see. I'm going to be in a few different states over the next week.
Jimmy's doing his own fucking test.
Well, only because I haven't gotten rid of my old iPad yet. I'll cancel it in a couple weeks.
What are you going to do with it?
I'll probably give it to. That was a surprise.
Oh,
I was going to sell it, but I'm like, I'll give it to somebody who I care about.
I never give away anything.
You know what?
No, I'm kidding. I do give away a lot, but I'm not giving away any of my electronics.
I'll give away the old iPad. It's like I
might do that.
I'm going to do it, two of them.
I might do that.
My girlfriend uses mine. I'm not going to give it to her. I've given her enough. Here's a load. You're welcome. You're welcome.
An iLoad.
Yeah, it's a beverage and a meal.
EYE.
Hey, can we look up Kim Fetty in Kansas?
Confetti?
Kim
Oh,
Fetty.
I thought that was a
F-E-T-T-Y.
wacky radio name. Hey, Confetti with you in the morning. Confetti. Having a good time.
A bunch of people called about Kim Fetty.
Kim Fetty.
They said no. She's
Fetty, F-E-T-T-I.
she's fat and she has a mole. Feddy, I think they
Wow.
said. If they were spelling it right on the phones.
Oh, no, that one doesn't look that bad.
No,
Oh, that's Kim Kardashian. What the
No.
fuck?
Yes, exactly.
She's like 5 pictures in.
Kim Fetty. Nah, fuck. The fucking people hung up too, so now we can't get more
Oh,
info.
sugar.
'Cause then if we had the channel, then we would get to her. Yeah, all right, no problem. You got to call back with confetti because we need more info on that.
Confetti.
My grandmother would always say that when she was mad. Oh, sugar.
Oh, sugar. And it's like, you mean shit, Grandma.
Exactly. No,
That's what they
then I'd look and she'd be making coffee, and I'd realize I'd curse for no reason. And she'd squeeze my balls with her fingernails to punish me.
We're gonna go with Jackie Simeon in Texas. Don, what's up?
Anna loved this one. You need to look up Jackie Simeon in Beaumont, Texas.
Jackie Simeon in Beaumont, Texas. Let's take a look at her.
She's a beast.
That's her?
Wow.
I wonder what
She's not
what network she's on.
Yeah. All right, fella. I gotcha.
Yeah, she fits the criteria.
That just has to be embarrassing.
She's not that bad. She's like a Sue Simmons type chick. Like she's
Yeah, Sue Simmons is way better looking than that, bro.
but just short hair and kind of mushy. She's not terrible.
Yeah.
That'd be like if my name was Anthony Dago.
Hey.
I mean, it's just really just bad.
It's not?
No. I wish it was, though.
No, there should be a comma between those two words.
Anthony Dago. I am. Somebody was making fun of me. It's like, Jesus Christ, Anthony, got more marble in your house than a quarry. You fucking wop. I think that's what people call me the most. Fucking wop on Twitter. Because anytime I have a picture of the inside of my house, I got my columns and my marble. I'm very fucking. I'm a fucking Dago.
You got a lot of Italian shit going on.
Yeah.
I don't. People often question. I don't have cement lions outside my house.
Why not?
I did not pave or cement over my front lawn, which Italians have been known to do.
Just the backyard.
I did just the backyard. I did.
Backyard's a lot of cement.
Well, the backyard's a lot because it's a whole big deck area. I don't consider it like just taking cement and smearing it around. I didn't put a giant wall up around a quarter-acre house like some Italians like to do with a gate like the Corleone compound they think they have.
Well, you still have time to get some of that stuff done.
The big lions. There's no fountains of pissing children. Things like that. I like the real thing.
You got somebody marbles in his house. You should be out in the back shooting Jaspers or something. Whatever, fucking millionaire.
Let's go to Joe in Tennessee. Joe, help us out, Joe.
What's happening, man?
What's up, Joe?
You need to look at WCYB. The whole newscast is back.
WCYB?
They're digging this. They're
Chubby.
Wow.
Yeah, they got one guy. His anchor name is Johnny Wood. And he's freaking huge.
Wood.
Yeah, but we want ugly broads because I think it's almost impossible.
Well, look, they're all guys on there.
His co-anchor is huge.
Huge.
Her name is Tabitha something. I can't remember what her name is.
Stevens?
She's huge on the bottom, and up top she's got a real small face. She looks like a I don't know, some toy.
You hear that? She's got a real tall face. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Well, her upper body's tall, but her face is real small, and her head's real small, but her lower body's just freaking...
Like Sarah Jessica Parker face?
It's worse.
Yeah,
By the way, I saw Sarah Jessica Parker in a makeup commercial.
Hot, right?
It's beyond the point where she should be doing anything on any visual media.
Well, are they actually doing it on her, or are they using her like the fucking paint guns in an auto shop?
The Ellen DeGeneres fucking
commercial?
CoverGirl commercial is ridiculous.
Why?
Because she should not be doing it.
Looks bad.
Yeah.
Well, she thinks she looks beautiful.
CoverGirl with her is something different.
Yeah.
Cover pussy with face girl. That's the only covering she's had. Well, whatever.
Cover vagina with belt that looks like penis.
It's like, come on, dude. Yeah.
What is she saying?
Doing?
Well, she's saying shit.
That's why I use CoverGirl's new Simply Ageless makeup with Olay Regenerous Serum. The department store brand can glob up in lines and wrinkles and actually make you look older. Simply Ageless stays suspended over lines and makes you look amazing. So I say new Simply Ageless from Olay and easy breezy beautiful CoverGirl. Which camera? Because there's two.
I understand she's kind of spoofing the whole model thing, but it is CoverGirl.
At the end of the day, you're supposed to look at her and go, oh, she looks so good, I'm going to buy that makeup.
Yeah.
She's doing it her way, guys.
I'm not feeling that.
I'm not looking at Ellen DeGeneres in a makeup commercial going, oh, she's hot.
No.
You're also not a lesbian, though. That's being sold to women who are kind of... It's all the Target demo, and people love Ellen so much. Her audience is not all fucking supermodels. She has like a lot of older, like fat women. Like, you see her audience, they're all manatees.
They're a disaster.
So they look at her and they're like, oh, that'll be fun to be like Ellen. And they go out and they put on their faces and
if Ellen can do it, so can we. I get syrup on it.
Bunch of fucking sea cows.
They're there with that bright lipstick on the coffee cup at a Denny's. Yeah. Fucking one of those Grand Slam breakfasts in front of them.
Bunch of otters. They don't even have arms to put their makeup on. They have to just rub their face in like big seals. God damn my sunglasses.
Oh, I can't believe you just bought them in San Fran.
I'm such a jerk off.
Where do you think they are?
On someone's face.
No, they're
on someone's face right now.
They might be in the pharmacy.
We found Kim Setti.
Oh!
We have a winner.
Wow.
We have a new leader in the ugliest women anchor in America.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's in there. 2 weeks.
Kim Setti is a disaster.
Yeah, she's a pig.
She has that old fucking hairdo.
Wow. Oh,
Kim
my
Setti.
God.
Oof.
Who would you rather in this picture?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
What do you have when you have a blue whale and a Kim? You have a Kim Setti. Yeah, because there's a set of 2.
Yes, of course. I would call her Kim Yeti. See, because
sure
they're big.
Or Kim Getty, because her pussy is as disgusting as an oil spill. Couldn't think of anything else.
It's whatever. It's fine.
How about Kim Spaghetti, because she eats a lot.
Oh, boy. Kim Setti talks about her cancer. It always happens.
This is Kim Setti Alpha 5.
Oh, she has cancer?
She has the planet.
Cancer.
What?
She has cancer.
Oh, no.
Of what?
Why can't God keep it fun for us? He always has to throw us a curve.
What do you mean? I thought that's what he was doing. Where does she have it? Is she,
maybe
where they usually get it.
Oh, no.
Maybe it's an easy cancer. Which one is it?
Not breast.
Oh.
Oh,
all right. Well, we wish Kim Setti all the best.
Fuck.
Best.
Yes.
All right. Let's
move on,
just cut our losses.
Let's move on. Now it's just sad.
I know.
It really is terrible.
So ironic.
Yeah.
Setti.
Jesus.
No one say that.
We're taking a break.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
We're taking a break.
Holy shit, Danny. You are fucking horrid.
He's laughing.
I'm laughing. We're all laughing.
Sure we are.
We'll all be laughing to the fucking unemployment line.
Yeah, I'm laughing to the bank, too.
No, see, that would...
I hope you slip on your marble and crack your teeth. Scumbag. Got nothing for Chipper?
Rob it,